Hello there, and we're back for our fourth and final module on emotional intelligence. I'm Angie Nuttall, corporate talent expert and founder of the School of Executive Presence. We've talked about what emotional intelligence really is, and it really is the ability to manage your own emotions and control them instead of letting them control you so that you can show up like an adult and add value in the business world. Emotional intelligence is something to be practiced in all aspects of life. And so this really isn't just a method to go and try on an action and see if it works. It really has to do with a mindset. We've talked about you having an ABC mindset. That means abundance, belief, and courage. You have everything that you need in order to show up with emotional intelligence. You have to believe that you are capable of doing that. You also have to believe that you are a person who is to be valued. So finally, it takes courage to really put these tools into place and practice them on a regular basis. So our session today is designed to do just that and help to give you some steady legs so that you can go out and create a new presence for yourself. I want to emphasize the importance of three things that we've learned about emotional intelligence. First of all, you really do have to have self-awareness and practice that self-awareness on a regular basis. You've noticed that in all four of these modules, we start out with a mirror and we talk about that mirror. It's so important to be looking in that mirror every day. But what really makes the rubber meet the road is when you walk away from that mirror and you're still able to remember who you envisioned that you would be. So putting this into practice is making that vision real for yourself. So let's go ahead and get going on the self-awareness, being able to manage your emotions, but also putting yourself in the shoes of others. So let's get started with our very first tool, the listening coach. The listening coach is one of the most profound yet simple tools that we can implement immediately and have an immediate result. Can you think about the last time that you felt that someone really listened to you? Someone really heard what you were saying. And sometimes that's all someone needs, is to know that they're being heard. When they are heard, they feel like they're seen and they feel like they're valued and celebrated. Remember that the listening coach has two main steps. Your first step is to reflect back what you're hearing that the other person is thinking or feeling, or really what is the gist of their content in what they're saying. So being able to summarize that and reflect that back to them is the very first step that you should take. Secondly, you don't want to stop there and just reflect. You want to move on and ask an important question or use a powerful statement to let them know that you are really sunk in. You're really hearing what they're saying and you're getting it and you're fully present with them. So here is a scenario where we're going to act out what the listening coach looks like, and then I'll give you a scenario which you can respond and practice as a part of this session. Well, so I hear that you're trying to downsize.
Yeah, it's pretty much a big focus in my life right now, and I've been doing it for years. Just can't seem to get it completed ever, and it seems like it's as big a job as ever from the first time I first started downsizing. And I know part of the problem is me continuing to bring more things in as I'm letting things go.
So I hear your frustration. It's a frustrating process to go through the downsizing, and
Oh yeah.
you want to let go of things,
Oh, yes.
but at the same time you might want to keep them, but you keep adding things in. So tell me more about that.
Well, I'm at a turn in the road, I feel like, and I may make some changes with where I'm living, and I'm feeling a little more pressure to do so. I've always felt uncomfortable when I've looked around and I'm thinking all these years of collecting things, they don't give me as much pleasure anymore as when I was first doing it. And so now I feel good about getting some things out, like I said, and donating and giving away. But I have such a large house, and there's so many rooms and so many things, and it is overwhelming. And I have a plan, and that gets a little frustrated at times, and I just can't seem to look in one area and say, "Yay, it's done." It just never seems to happen that way.
So I hear that you really value just decluttering and having more space and more room. I still hear
Just in case I move for one thing, I can't bring it all with me.
Yeah. So what do you think would really help you the most at this point?
That's a good question. I've tried making lists of different rooms and try to go through the rooms and say, I need to go through the cabinets, for example, in the kitchen. I don't need half of the baking supplies I have and the dishes I have. I've tried that, and but somehow it just seems to come back in. But
Well, what's the one thing that you can do today?
Well, today is a day that I'm working on another project, and I'm letting it go for a couple days. I just
So I hear that you're working on a new mural project. So tell me about the project.
I love to do murals for children, and some ladies and I get together and get that started, and it is such a fun thing when we work together, and the result is so amazing when we actually get to present the mural to these children and their families. And so I've started another one, and as usual, another challenge. And it kind of, every time I start a mural, I wonder, well, am I going to be able to do this one? Sometimes each one seems a little bit harder. This one is, it involves doing faces of people, and that's one of the hardest things besides hands to do. And so I've started with one, and I think it's recognizable, but I'm not sure.
So what I hear you saying is that you are excited about getting this mural going. This is something that you've been doing for a while, but I also hear or sense that you've got some reservations that maybe you're not sure that you're going to be able to do as well as you've done in the past because it involves a more refined skill. So is that what I'm hearing from you?
Feel when I start a mural, I always look at the hardest part first, and I think I better do that. And
so what's really important to you about this?
that it's cohesive, that it, since there's several ladies working on it, that it all looks like one lady did it. And
The listening coach really has two basic questions for you to think about every time you encounter someone. First, what do you hear? Second, what do you say? And this really shows that you are hearing and you want to have an adult conversation. This demonstrates emotional intelligence. Let's go on to some other tools and concepts that you've been made aware of: the ESP tool, autoresponders, and reflecting instead of accepting.